Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going through another GlitzyFritzyVILLE basket. Wasted away again in GlitzyFritzyVILLE. And I'm going to show you on the last basket what we went through. We're going to talk about this really quick so that we can move on to using the new things and talking about the old things that are leaving the basket and using what's coming into the basket is what I meant to say. All right, so here we go. These are the things that got used up. A Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Use that up. You'll see me bring a new one in. But you guys know how I feel about this product, right? Unless something comes along that's better than this, I'm going to keep doing that. I went through this. I love this. One of you suggested this to me, the Essence of Healthy Toner and Setting Spray. I think that the bottle is luxe and it doesn't cost that much, and I'll probably pick up another one of these. I finished up the two Lancôme primers, Prep and Hydrate, Prep and Matte. I just want to say that neither one of these did I like better than Le Base Pro by Lancôme. I'm just a silicone kind of girl. It's just not going to happen with these two, but I did thoroughly enjoy them. I liked using this one here on the perimeter of my face and this one here through the T-zone. Both of these are excellent primers. I just happen to prefer Le Base Pro. We'll talk about the lip products that I went through, and then we'll come back and get the rest of it as mascara. Went through a L'Oreal Infallible. This is a lip liner, and I only just found out that there was a sharpener on the bottom. I used this up. I totally didn't know that. This is in Plum. I think I threw away a brown because they were old, but I did use this one up. So, yay! Finished up this Mercier Balm. As you can see, I dug it out of there. I'm so proud of me. I finally finished up the Nars POWERmatte in American Woman. Both of the liquid lips that I had in this basket were ones that they were just easier. More long wearing than a lipstick. They were flattering to mature mouths. So, loved it. Part of it is the Nars tip. You can use this as a lip liner too. I really, really like that. And the Urban Decay one was the same way. If I'm going to buy a liquid lip, it's going to be this or that Urban Decay one, that Vice Bond stuff. Really good stuff. Now this is a good example of changing your mind about something after you've used it for a long time. I adored this. Actually, I still do adore it. What I don't adore is I was hitting this heavy. Ooh, I'm telling you, this isn't a product that I put away and it went bad. This is a product that went bad while I was using it. There's just the tiniest bit left in it, and it went bad before I could finish it. And I don't know why. But other than that, I really like this stuff from Kosas. This one here is in the shade Dip. I'll show it to you. You see how it's got just enough opacity to it that you could wear this on its own. And I did. If you're going to get this, make sure this is the only thing you use, because mine went bad before I got to the end. The rest of this is mascara. Now the Cils Booster, I think you know how I felt about it. If you're going to get Cils Booster, and you should, no, but if you're going to get Cils Booster, then make sure you get the full tube, because this not only didn't give me very much, but I felt like it didn't perform the same as the full version. This was good, this is better. Well, this is tubing, and this isn't. And you know I prefer tubing, but the Tartlette, it's not the best one that I've ever used, but it's a pretty good one. One that is better than this, though, is Caliray. Come hell or high water, that one is the best one, I think. Thrive is really good, but there's just something about Calaray's, probably the convenience of buying it, but no, I just really, really love Calaray's. But this is a good alternative to that. This surprises me, because this is the first thing, I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love this mascara at all. This started to flake on me. It's got a real bendy rubber wand. This FANtisize mascara, not my favorite. Won't repurchase this from Patric Starrr. And this is the first thing that's come from Patric Starr's line that I just like, pass. I'm okay without that. This is Maybelline's Curl, Bounce Curl. Maybelline makes so many good mascaras. I'd rather have a different one than this. It's got this curved bristle wand, which you know I love bristle wands the best. Here's the aggravating thing about this mascara. It rocks and rolls all over the desk unless you put it down like this. If you put it down on its side, it kind of stays there because it's flat there and here. But it's annoying. It won't stand up. I tend to take a mascara and go like this and stand it up on the desk, not lay it down. I don't like that. I don't like taking this out and laying this down like this on the desk. I would much rather set it up, and you can't because, see, it's rounded on the bottom. And, you know, this isn't a horrible mascara, but like I said, Maybelline has so many good mascaras that I just wouldn't fiddle with this one. Sinuosity Lash by Sigma. I've never really liked the way this comes out of the tube. It's really bent wand, and it kind of hangs up when it gets right here, but fortunately it doesn't flip off product. It's kind of fat toward the end and skinnier down at the base, making it a little different. And I really do like this mascara. But I think if you're the kind of girl that likes to get right at the base of your lashes like I do, and then wiggle and come up, it can hurt your tight line. Maybe keep that in mind if you use this mascara. And then there's this. This is another product like the Kosas Lip that it started out, wow, this is the best thing ever, to Honest Beauty has a primer on one end with a tiny little brush, and I never was a fan of that. I'm just spoiled by Cils Booster. Oftentimes I was just using the mascara all by itself. It's got that bendy Christmas tree kind of rubberized wand, that Bad Gal Bang, and Maybelline's mascara that I love, Sky High, kind of bends down like this and follows the lash line up, so you get a really lengthened lash with this mascara. This looked fabulous for a little bit, and then it started flaking on me. So I probably won't get it again. I'll just go with Maybelline Sky High, or I'll just go with Bad Gal Bang. I'm going to go throw these in the empty basket because some people that watch empties don't watch this video and vice versa. And while I'm doing that, why don't you guys finish watching this video, okay, and give me a thumbs up. You can see me do this base, talk about the products that I'm using that are coming into the basket, and talk about how I liked the products that are leaving the basket and what's going to happen with those. We are not going to put a primer on because it's good and tacky right now, so I don't feel like I need a primer, but these are the ones that are coming into the box now. This one is by Rare Beauty. It's just got a tiny bit left in there. I want to go ahead and finish it up. That'll take like maybe 2 times that I'll get to do that. In case you ever wanted to know, here is what the mini is. This is how much more you get in the big one. I found a little one in the drawer, thank goodness, because I tried to buy this in the Sephora sale and it sold out. Anyway, this is going to be my setting spray. Yay. This is Pure's 4-in-1 primer. I bought this and then I just moved on. And then this one is Laura Mercier's. It's an Essence primer. So we're actually working on these because this will be gone very quickly. But I don't want it just sitting in the drawer with, a couple of uses. And I might buy this sometime. These 2 Lancomes, I've got them down enough that I think I would like to put them aside so that I can use them for swatching purposes. These are so close to being gone. Not enough I can put it in the empty basket. I'm going to try to focus on the Patric Starrr this time, so I can say definitively whether or not I would repurchase this again. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on, okay, because that's what we do here. This shade is lighter than what I've been using. I mean, this is lighter than 09 in the Lancôme. Scoot up here a little closer so you can see every line on my face. But it seems to be brightening up like I want, so that's good. Let's put just a dab more right there. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this as a eye primer too, unless for some reason it should break down on me, but I don't have oily lids, so I don't really have a problem using concealer. For foundation, they don't have that much in them, so they're going to be definitely put aside with those concealers so that I can use them for swatching purposes, but they're all but gone. And I'll pick up another one of these in the summertime. This is really good, and I don't want to stop using it, but I am going to bring in a couple of others, and I'm going to try to use those first. My Lancôme Teint Idole Foundation Stick, which you can see isn't going to take very long before that's gone. So the second foundation I'm going to bring in is I'm going to spend some time with this Wayne Goss. We are going into winter, so maybe my skin, I didn't hate this, but I think maybe my skin will like this better in coming into winter. I will put that one on today. It just seemed like it was a little more dewy than I like, but so is the House Labs, but I powder it down and it's not an issue. I'm going to spend a lot more time with this now. I just basically bought it, did the wear test, threw it in the drawer, moved on to the next. It'll be good to spend time with it and see, do I really like it? Do I not like it? Staying in the box, because I always have to have it, is my Laura Mercier again. And you can see we're getting quite a big dip in this. I'll just show you what I use it for. Leaving the box is the La Mer. It's not La Mer, it's La Prairie powder I spend a lot of time with this powder now, and I did finally figure out how I can wear it. This powder doesn't really work so well for me, but the way I found that I can wear it is to take a puff and press it into my skin, and I start on the outer perimeter and work my way in, but I try to stay off my pores because for some reason this powder emphasizes every wrinkle, every pore, and here's the thing, that's what this is supposed to not do. This looks gorgeous on camera, but not in real life. When I go in the bathroom, this did not look so good. The first hour I looked great, but after that, I don't. But this powder is very special to me. Susie sent this to me because of the connection with Mel, and so I'm never getting rid of this. It's going to go on show over here on my vanity. Coming in to take its place, I'm going to be using either my Huda Beauty or finishing up my Nakia Joy powder. I like the way this looks powdered down. However, now I feel tight. The bronzer that's leaving is the one by Jouer. If you remember, you could see the logo on both sides of this when I brought it in. I used to go back and forth between the two sides. But what I've discovered is that I really like this side the best. So while I did come over here a couple of times, with the brush, I focused over here. As you can see, the logo is now gone from this side, and there's a little dent in the middle of it. I used this quite a bit. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the drawer. And what's taking its place is this from L'Oreal. I remember I loved this. I'm also going to pull in this Tom Ford palette here. Highlighter, blush, bronzer, to use. I've also got an individual blush. This is the one with from Wayne Goss, the one I love, the coral. This is my favorite one. And it has a highlight in it in case I want to use a highlight, but I typically find that this is too much for my face as a highlight, and I use it as a pop-up shine on my lids. Today we're going to use the L'Oreal and Wayne Goss, but I wanted to let you know that the Tom Ford is also in there. I just think that looks nice. I'm going to use this blush, but the blushes that are leaving Physicians Formula, this is the Better Believe It. You can't even tell by looking at this how hard this got used. I used this every day, and then some days I went over it with this. I'm convinced that these letters will never break down. Both of these blushes are very light, so you use a ton of both of these products to get just a little bit of blush. I probably will get out of hand with this right now because I'm used to doing something different. The next thing I always do is a luminous powder, a finishing powder over the sides of my face and on my nose, and I have enjoyed the last two boxes because they've had my Hourglass powders in there. I just completely forgot how much I loved these Hourglass powders. They're so easy, they don't make a mess. I'm going to replace the Hourglass with Sigma's illuminating powder. It's going to be messy because it's loose over the perimeter of my face. There's so many products in front of me that I'm missing things as they're going out. Okay, so I forgot to tell you, this was the primer I was using last time. It's like this for a reason. I found that this is an excellent primer. However, the reason it looks like this is because the pump stopped working. Like third day in, it's been without the pump and the lid, just sitting upside down like this on this glass foundation mixer. And then every day I go in here and I get some of it out with this, and I mix it on my face. It's beautiful. However, I don't have a way to store this now, so I'm going to throw it away. And I can't take the chance on buying this again that the pump will give out, because I probably had a fourth of it gone before that happened. You couldn't return it then. I'm done messing with this now. It has been horrendous trying to get the right amount. I meant to tell you that when I talked about the primers. Last time the palettes were these, if you remember, and basically I just didn't use that much of the Violet Boss. I don't do bold colors on my lids all the time. I thought when I did this that I would use the two together, but what happened was I pretty much used this the whole time. So, I definitely want to use color now and then. If I have on a particularly colorful shirt, I want my eyes to be colorful too, but on the whole, I'm more of a neutral everyday kind of girl, so this really got used. Can you see this? I'm about to hit pan here and here for sure, and these, they just had a little bit and they're almost gone. This is a great everyday go-to. I loved and enjoyed it. I'm going to go with one of my expensive palettes because they should be getting used. This palette was totally purchased because Mel told me it was her favorite Pat McGrath. I asked her, which one is your favorite? She said it was this one, so I got it. This is not my favorite Pat McGrath palette at all. I want to spend some time one-on-one with this palette so I can find out, like, what didn't I like about it? If I spend more time with it, will I love it as much as she did? Why did I not like this palette? I don't know, but we're going to find out because this is the only palette that I'm going to be using. And all you Pat McGrath lovers out there, because I know that there are a lot of you, what I have against these palettes is the packaging. The packaging is what draws you in, but the packaging on an everyday basis is what keeps me from using these. Because all of these, except for one, that all look like this. So I don't know, unless I open them all up, which one is which. Because it's really hard for me to read the back of this. So without this box, it's a pain in the butt. And if I have to go through all that, I'm just not going to use it. And when it comes to these, I don't want to have to go through all of this to use this palette so they don't get used.
It's only been a few days that I've been using this box and I've already pulled this little one in because the big one, the Mothership palette, I don't have anything interesting to use because of all the sparkle. So this one has been pulled in also.
Today I think we're going to use these two on the end and maybe pop one of these in the middle of my lid. But yeah, that's easy to work with, isn't it? Beautiful. But yeah, it kind of like, not really broke Mel's heart, but she gave me that pouty face. You know that. Like, why? Maybe because I had it all built up in my head that it was going to be the best thing ever. And I didn't think that it was. You know? So, I'm not telling tales out of school. She knew I didn't like this palette. So let's you and I figure out why. Or maybe I will. If I spend more time with it and I don't rush off to the next thing, maybe I will find that, you know what, it's great. Let's just get this shade right here and come across my lid and call it a day. I think I'm going to come into this one right here. See how that's shifting. Although that one right there is pretty. No, let's do that one instead. I'm going to do this one this time instead. I'm just going to get, oh, that's gorgeous. And let's pop it right here. I can see little bits of glitter there. So maybe glitter is the problem. Yeah, I'm not going to be happy if I'm spending all this time with a palette that has a bunch of glitter in it. Oh yeah, see it falling all over my face. Maybe I'll try it wet and see if I have that same problem, but I have glitter all over my face. I had 3 eyeliners in the box. This one's going back in the drawer. It's LA Girl. See, it's this, I think it's called Bright or Brighten or something like that. That's going back in the drawer. This is going back in the drawer. This was a Sephora. That's a really dark blue. Enjoy this. It's absolutely gorgeous. And here is where I am with the Give Beauty. It's not going to be around much longer. For that reason, I'm bringing in this one, this blue from Give. These liners are so good. They really, really are. I'm going to bring that one in. I'm also going to bring in my Charlotte Tilbury. This is a dark brown. And the Lancôme in Black Coffee, which is brown. Okay, so I'm bringing in 2 browns. And I'm keeping this because I use this in my tight line. I use black in my tight line and I use brown below. I'm going to take the Lancôme down here. The mascaras that I have in the box open are MAC Extend. I know. I shouldn't have opened it, but I couldn't help it. I didn't have a tubing mascara open and I need one. So the MAC Extended Play, I opened this, and of these two, I've really been concentrating on this. You know, I kind of wondered if I still love this, not as much as I used to. I'm pulling in a L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. I'm going to use that, so we'll just do that right now. As you can see, these two are minis, and I've been using them for a little bit, so they'll be gone before the next box, see, and they ended up in there because I used up the other mascaras, so I want to go ahead and pull in a backup so that you know mid-box when I run out of those, it will be replaced with this, and we'll find out why that one's not my favorite. Or not as well as I like Hypnose Drama or Monster Big, but I don't remember why. So we'll try it and see. I can tell you right now that me and this are going to have a problem because it won't stay in the waterline. And to be fair, I knew that going in. Brow products that are leaving and going back in the drawer because there's still more of them are the Give Beauty ones. This is what's left of this. I do like these pencils. They're a good product. Okay, I prefer Most Def. It did break. I went like that and it just broke one day. Let me see if I can show you how much is left. But that's why the end of it is flat now instead of being rounded, is because it broke off. I do enjoy these. I'm bringing Patric Starrr in to replace them. I'm going to bring in two. Okay, as you can see, one is lighter than the other one. I'll use these two together. And I'm also bringing in a new Benefit 24-hour brow setter because the other one's gone. But for today, I'm just going to go ahead and use the darker one. The product that's leaving is this for my brows. It's actually a concealer, but it's the e.l.f. pen. And this is just too bright. Remember I said that I was going to use this in the box and determine whether or not I wanted the YSL pen back, even though it's a lot more money. The pen that I used to use from e.l.f. they don't make anymore. And the concealer I don't like as well. So I did use it, but I'm not going to repurchase this one again. I'm going to get the YSL eventually. But I spent too much this time, so it's in my love list. We're going to be using the Patric Starrr concealer to do this time. I'm just going to load it up in a brush and come down here and clean up my brow. Now I'm going to use this Dior Overcurl. The Tarte one might be old. It just seems to flake. This one here, though, I really do like it. But like I said, I don't want to be doing things off camera, so I brought this in to show you. I'm going to go there next because I'll be out of these mascaras before the end of this box for sure. And that just leaves my mouth. What's leaving is Tom Ford Pussycat. I want to be done now. I'm tired of wearing Tom Ford Pussycat. Pussycat has been in here since the first GlitzyFritzyVILLE box. That's where I am. I think I made one heck of a dent. In this, if it goes bad now, I won't be upset. This lip pencil from Rimmel, look, I think I did one heck of a job on it. I'm satisfied. I think I did a good job, so it's out of here. I had this in here. I just bought the new one in Text Me, but this is leaving. I wore this a lot of days. Here's the new one. See the color changes. So the lip liners that are coming in to replace the Rimmel is this by BK Beauty. It is Sweet Tea. One of my most faves, and here's where we are. That's how much is in this one. You know from watching the lipstick declutter that I have a couple of these in backup. And then I've got this red one. I think this one's in Crimson, not sure, but it's a Mercier because I always keep a red lips because I wear red lips a lot. So I'm going to use Mercier's red and the red liner with it if I wear red. And then the two lipsticks that I'm going to focus on are these two. This is Mac Mirror. I haven't worn it in a long time. And this is Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. That's how much is in there. I'm pretty certain I can go through that. Okay, so I've got a darker and a lighter and this red in case you want to see it. So those are going to be my lip colors. So this is BK Beauty's Sweet Pea. Let's line my lips. You can see why I love this liner. It's so fast. And it gives you that ombre, see? If you follow the point, it's not a drastic border line. But I'm going to go ahead and fill in. And then we'll take Pillow Talk over the top of it. The gloss that I had in here was Pat McGrath. I think I'm going to keep it in here and just continue to use it because I found that I really do like it. Not enough to repurchase it because I'm not a gloss girl, but I like the way it looks. All right, I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, one of the things I'm going to learn about the Wayne Goss foundation is less is more. I don't know how this looks on camera. From here, it looks pretty good. When I pull it in to edit it, I'll know more. But I think it looks better on camera than it does in my bathroom for sure. And I like to keep my makeup to where it looks, about the same. But anyway, so when I went in the bathroom, I'm looking yuck. Okay, like I've got on too much powder, too much foundation. And so I just came in here and lightly went over my face, and now in the bathroom I look okay, but see, look, this is how much I took off of the foundation, just lightly going over it. So I look presentable in real life. I mean, what good does it do to look good here and then go out in public and you look awful? I want to look good in real life. So that's how much foundation I had to wipe off. I will learn more about the foundation as the coming weeks go by. On that note, I'm out of here. Share with me below. What did you use up from your collection? I mean, we are doing this together, right? We should be doing this together. All right, so let me know that, and I'll let you know that you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And then if you're not having a blessed day, the way you can get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
We're going to go through. That was the back of my earring. It just fell off. Unless something along comes better. Unless something wicked this way comes, right? Lancôme primers. Prepping that and prepping in your elbow. Why are you so childish? I would not hesitate to buy this again. Really? Right here. Thank you. I wouldn't hesitate to buy this again. What am I going to do with you? It's because I'm better off just weeding through. PETA! And this is off to the side, so I missed talking about it with the primers. But the primers... now it's all over me. I don't want to get... PETA! I'm going to make up a PETA song about you, okay? And everyone will know what a pain you are. Well, they already don't. PETA! Glitter, glitter on my face, making it look like a disgrace.